oil, which we've been told, especially before we went into the Persian Gulf War, we had to protect our oil. But the war we're in now is actually a continuation of that war, the Persian Gulf War. And, of course, that was perpetual. It never ended. And the bombing continued. The sanctions continued, killed millions of Iraqis. And we had a military base in Saudi Arabia. We picked sides in the Iranian-Palestinian conflict. And these were reasons listed by those who were willing to commit suicide terrorism. The three major things: we were perceived as being anti-Palestinian. We were perceived to be in violation of all their religious beliefs by having military troops in their holy land of Saudi Arabia. At the same time, we were continuing the bombing and the destruction and the sanctions that caused the killing in Iraq. People said, when I bring this up, they say, well, yes, how can you say that occupation in Iraq is going to motivate suicide terrorism? But we've been occupying, we've been involved for a long, long time, especially since the 1990s. But we've been involved even before that, and that has to do with Iran. In 1953, our CIA participated in the overthrow of Mossadegh, who was an elected president of Iran. So there's a country that wants democracy, is moving in that direction. So what do? We throw them out with our CIA, with the help of the British, and we put in a militant dictator who was, who the religious folks in Iran objected to, and there was a reaction. Immediate? No, it took a while. But they didn't forget 1953, but that resentment really burst forth when the hostages were taken in 1979. But during the 1980s, did we act any better? No. What we did was we became allies of another thug who now became our current Hitler, and of course we've gotten rid of him, and that's Saddam Hussein. Well, so we join up with Saddam Hussein, and we say, let's have you go and invade Iran. And then we wonder why the Iranians are annoyed with us. And then we have a policy that totally backfires on us. We go in there and we don't understand 9/11. So instead of saying, we ought to come home, what we do is we go and invade two Arab or two Muslim countries and occupy them. And in the process, by getting rid of the Taliban and Saddam Hussein, what we did, we strengthened Iran. But anybody who would have said that before, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We don't like the Iranians. We're going to get them too. They're on the list as soon as we get rid of the Iraqis. Then we're going to go after the Iranians. But it is an obsession of empire building. And my contention is that empire building is not American. It's not constitutional. It's not moral. It costs us too much money. It costs us lives. It hurts our national defense. And it ruins our national security, and ultimately it undermines our personal liberties at home because of the atmosphere that we create, that we pass all these laws where we have military dictatorship declared here, get rid of habeas corpus, have warrantless searches, have national ID cards, and everybody's there begging for more safety by the government. The government's going to take care of us because they might attack us again, without asking the questions, why were we attacked? It's the policy. It's the policy of foreign intervention. Now, a lot of people will immediately challenge me and say, well, you sound like an isolationist. You want to just bring all the troops home, and you want to just stay at home and avoid being involved in the world. Not true at all. Matter of fact, I am the furthest thing from an isolationist. It's true, I'd bring the weapons home, I'd bring our troops home, but I'd do exactly what the founders advised, and that is foreign commerce, trade with countries, be friends with any country that's willing to be friends with, but stay out of their internal affairs, stay out of entangling alliances, and there's a much better chance that there would be peace in the world and that we would be stronger for it. And that's not isolationism. It means free trade, though. There's some challenges there on free trade because some who are in my camp that would like us to do a lot less militarily are more protectionist, and they're more isolationists, and they want to build fences, and they don't want to trade, and they want to put on tariffs and all that. That's not the answer. It's not the answer. You want to have trade because trade is the way that a country prospers on free trade. At the same time, it means that we're less likely to fight with nations.